What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. It's Thursday for Geeks and Gamers Daily. I'm so excited to be here, Jay. How are you doing?
You know what happened yesterday?
Nope.
Yesterday, you're the Beardo, Epic Mike, Minority Home. They hosted daily. And at the beginning of the show,
Jeremy wasn't even here?
No Jeremy. The beginning of the show, Fear the Beardo was like, I'm sorry, no Ryan, no Jeremy. I know those are the regular people you see around here, but they're not here. And I was like, I didn't even get an honorable mention. I immediately turned it off and gave it a thumbs down. But I was like, what the freak, man? Not even an honorable mention.
That's actually wild.
My day's ruined. At least the intro's cool.
Well, yeah. That is the one thing. Everybody loves the intro. That's obvious. Everybody loves the intro. There's no division. There's nobody that thinks it's cringe and gay. Everybody loves it.
I was almost gonna recommend we play it again. So maybe
if we have time later, and there's some demand for it. But I had no idea that Jeremy wasn't going to be on daily yesterday. If I knew that, I also wouldn't have tuned in. But it just would have been nice to know. It just would have been nice to know that.
I didn't know either. I just kind of had it on, and
not my fucking problem, bro. Not my problem, not my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, I hope it was a good show.
It was nice of you to turn it on.
I'm always like, I usually have it on when I'm doing other things, like some white noise in the back. Can't get much whiter than Jeremy and Fear the Beardo. So I always have that on. And I was like, that looks a little different. But once he messed up the intro, I was like, yeah, I moved on to something else.
Eric K says, Ryan, you want me to send you the Rumble rants they missed yesterday? Absolutely. Yeah, I'd do that.
They missed.
We actually read things here. Now, that's not to say I'm perfect. Every once in a while, I might skip over a super chat or I do miss things from time to time, but I do my best. But yeah, send me those in DMs, Eric K, and I'll give it a little bit so audience can roll in on Rumble, and then I will.
Did you also hear the news that Elon Musk just announced that he's going to bring Vine back? Did you ever have a Vine where were you the guy starting off making them 7 seconds?
7 or 8 second videos. Yeah. But look, that is like a comedy era that is, I think a lot of people have good memories from the Vine era when videos like that started to go out and just little stupid shit or a really dumb ending to something. And it just takes 7 seconds out of your life to watch it. You laugh a little bit and you're done. I don't know what bringing Vine back does today. You can do that on any platform, right? I can make a 7-second video on any platform.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But
also Ryan, Sydney Sweeney is the new spokesperson for American Eagle. I don't know if you saw those ads.
I have. She's on with that Times Square billboard that's the one that wraps around a corner and she's reaching down to people. Imagine the same people that are going to pay $10,000 for a bath soap bar from her are probably going to be just sitting there hoping that Sydney Sweeney actually reaches out and touches them.
Well, I just want to share this because we have come. Is nature healing? Because we have come a long way. This was the American Eagle ad in 2019, and now the American Eagle ad in 2025.
Look. I guess the one from 2019 is definitely trying to show how sturdy the jeans are. You know what I mean? You got a little rip there, but they're still holding together somehow, some way.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Times are changing, man. Times are changing.
And at times they are a-changing. And not too many people are going to complain about Sydney Sweeney being the new
I don't think
spokesperson. So. Probably not.
I don't think so.
That people are going to complain about something, and we'll get to that because South Park is back. And bro, it is. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like we go through this with South Park every couple years. where one side's either pissed or the other side's pissed. That's why the show is still relevant. And it's what it always has been, that they make fun of everything and everyone. And the difference is it's fucking funny.
It is.
So we'll talk about the return of South Park in a little bit here. Some people are losing their minds over it. I don't really know why you would. After 27 in the 27th season, he'd be like, "Oh, I can't believe they did this." Okay, you must be retarded. Speaking of retarded, not Master Awesome, but the South Park episode. It's funny. We'll talk about it when we get there. I don't know if we're going to be able to show any clips because they are copyright stuff because it's just out, but we'll talk about it. Master Austin, who is not retarded, gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Master Austin. Thank you. Thank you. We're getting it started off the right way. Chris Coran, play it again. We're not going to play the intro again.
It was just a joke.
It's a bad one, but
yeah, it was pretty bad.
Bar King from Turkish 5. Battlefield 6 trailer just came out. Looks promising. There have been leaks of gameplay from testing before, and I like what I see. Saw a lot of people being like, don't get my hopes up. Don't get my hopes up. Battlefield 6. But it'll happen. Alex McCarthy, G&G RK3PO Daily Shirts. It's a fantastic Thursday with the S Tier team. Meta PC code RK Outpost for Drunk 3PO.
If Jeremy can make money, it'll definitely happen.
Yeah, you tell Jeremy it's an opportunity to make money enough times, it will happen. But thank you, Alex. And yeah, check out Meta PC's link in the description. Golden Nuggets for £2. We really don't see enough of Pedro Pascal. We don't. I figured we needed him on the thumb. We haven't seen enough of him lately.
I hope they cast him for the Indiana Jones remake.
Nah. Christian Rocker for $1.99 for the intro. Bro. Wild. Thomas Whited. Thomas the Terrible for $1.99. Jade needs more water. Play the intro again.
All right, on my stream, I played my intro and someone said that intro is gay. So I go, just because you said it's gay, I played it again. But actually, I had to play it again because I had to run to the kitchen and get more water. So I was like, I needed an excuse.
That is sometimes what I do for this intro. It's like 1 minute and 37 seconds or whatever it is, which gives me enough time to go downstairs, get my water bottle like half full, and come back up here. So it works. Stephen McBride, Pedro is an American Eagle spokesman. Please, he's yummy. What is wrong with you? Logan Johnson, rather have South Park than not have him. Me too. Tobias Nexus for $10 wanted to say thanks to Vatlaw for turning up for Dark Tide last night and Ronan the Crusader for joining in the slaying of heretics. Can't wait for Killing Floor 3 tonight. Hope it's good. Hey, I hope it's good for you too, Tobias. Over on the Rumble side, B. Barrett for 2 says studies show that women are turning into good drivers. So be careful if you're a good driver and watch out for women turning. Thank you. Did you see that story about Emma Watson? About Emma Watson being
she got her driver's license taken away. Yeah, for speeding or something. Or just being a bad driver. She got her license suspended for 6 months, I think it was.
It was for speeding, and it's because she had a couple infractions within a certain time period.
Infractions.
But do you know what she was going 38 in a 30. And that was like the last straw. That's wild to me. I don't know. I don't know if maybe in certain places in Europe or whatever, like they're more strict than here in America. I cannot say I know of anybody who's ever got fucking something for going 8 over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could all depend on where it is and all that stuff too. Who knows? But I did see that. That was wild to me.
Sometimes you catch a cop on a bad day and he'll pull you over for doing like 6. But mostly not.
I've never seen that shit before in my life. Usually when I get pulled over, it's because I fucking going 80 in a 65 or whatever, fly by a guy sitting there. I'm like, yeah, slow down, start getting over the right.
I got pulled over. The last time I got pulled over, I was heading towards the old content house. And I don't know, there was one road to get there, like a back road that was next to a school. And I was going way fast. I got pulled over and I was like, so I had everything ready. There was nothing I could say. The guy goes, going a little fast, aren't you, son? I was like, yes, I was. Here's my stuff. I admit I broke the speed limit. And he was like, man, all right. He looked at my thing, came back, and he goes, just let this be a warning. Thanks for being honest.
As long as you're like, obviously that's not going to get you out of every ticket, and it depends or whatever, but yeah, I mean, what are you supposed to do?
I bet things would have been different if I would complain and didn't listen and
probably. Yeah, you would have ended up on one of those random cameras, Jay, where you're fucking recording everything and being uncooperative, and then somebody beats the shit out of you. You know,
Maybe.
I wouldn't feel bad for you. Last time I got pulled over, I was not driving. I was with Jeremy. And I think it may have been at the old content house as well. He was like driving me back.
And you guys take a picture with the police lights like this in the back?
Yeah, we got pulled over. His ass got a ticket. Yeah.
Oh, no warning.
He offered to suck the cop's dick, but the officer said he wasn't gay. So I don't think he was able to get out of that one.
Oh, I think the cop looked at me and said, I can tell by looking at you, you got a lot of problems in your life. Let me just let you go. Let me just let you go. I usually get pulled over like once a year. Oh, well. I don't remember the last time I paid for a ticket. It was mostly warnings. So I can't remember.
It's been a while for me, to be honest, which probably isn't good because it probably means it's going to happen soon, but
it'll be a big one.
Yeah. Snooty Mims for 10. So these were yesterday. We're going to catch up with the Rumble Rants from yesterday that people did not get. Snooty Mims for 10. Pickle Lips Miguel. Big Z Video Games. I Will Not Eat the Bugs. Mighty Megatron. All badass dudes on Rumble. Also, the Mario Kart racing was fun. Wins the next time race. Next race was yesterday night. Bro, I was fucking pissed. I was getting targeted in that shit. I almost broke my controller. Nader's Bricks for 2. Of course, Mike is flexible. He wouldn't be Meeky if he wasn't. Steven Strange for $1 is the guy that plays in easy mode giving gaming advice. Maybe that was in Bob Beardo. Derek PG Beller for $1. Asked the chat as my witness. I said they're probably super late because Mike is on today. Called it. Also change the batteries in your smoke detector. There you go. Well, those were from yesterday's stream. So if they didn't all make sense, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. But I want to talk about South Park, Jay. I wish we could play some of these clips because there is some funny shit in it. But unfortunately, I do not think we'll be able to do that without it getting copyright claims. So we'll talk a little bit about it. But a few days ago, in the aftermath of all the drama with Stephen Colbert's show getting canceled and financial reasons being the actual cause, his show losing $40 million a year, a lot of people were like, well, they're just trying to do everything they can to protect Trump. That's what this is about. They don't want to say anything bad about Trump. And then a few days after that, South Park gets a $1.5 billion streaming deal with Paramount Plus. Now, just for like full understanding, the South Park rights, they have been like tied up for a while because new stuff was coming out on Paramount, but all of the old episodes, all that stuff was still on HBO Max. So they've been trying to work through that for a while. The creators had been very frustrated with the entire thing. Finally, they got a deal done. And the first thing they do immediately is make fun of Trump. And they made fun of Trump for the Epstein files, for stuff like that. It was a brutal episode, but because this is what they do, they also Cartman had an entire subplot where, so basically this idea Trump is president, woke is now dead, and Cartman is like furious, and not furious, he's really sad. He's upset that woke being woke isn't popular anymore because he loves making fun of those people. He's really upset that NPR got their funding pulled because, in his words, the president of the United States canceled NPR, the funniest show ever, while the lesbians and Jews complain about stuff. And how he's going to miss hearing all the gays and Jews on NPR complaining about a woman getting stoned because she got raped, because that was just funny to him. And it has a whole plotline where he wants to kill himself because he, like, everyone says retarded now. It's okay to say gay slurs now. What's the point to life anymore? It was hilarious. Now, I have seen some conservatives who are like, I've always been a big South Park fan, but this is too far. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. This is South Park.
Yeah.
It is what it always has been. This is South Park. It makes fun of everybody. Are some episodes going to go harder on some than others? Yes. It depends on where kind of culture is in that moment. And usually they're going to push back against different things. That's what they do. And the difference to me between the reason that Paramount, and look, they went after Paramount, they went after CBS, they referenced the Colbert firing. They said that Jesus had to appear here so he didn't get sued, that Trump was just going to sue everybody. The difference between this shit and Colbert, and why Colbert is losing viewers and money and all this stuff, is because it's not funny.
Right.
South Park is funny. And if you are somebody that is just that sensitive and you can't see somebody that you like or vote for, getting roasted for things that are funny, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you just don't like comedy. But this is South Park and everybody's talking about it. The worst thing that Trump could do would be to say anything about it or think about fucking suing them for it.
Yes.
Because it would play right into their hands and it would blow up. But I don't know if you got to. I watched the entire episode. It's only 22 minutes, so it's not like it's in the like a big deal. But yeah, they had a quick turnaround on this stuff, man.
It's all over social media. So I feel like some people even posted the entire episode on Twitter. But the one clip that that I was like, what the freak is this? Is I guess it was the Trump service announcement where it looked like a real guy. And he's like walking and he's like, Trump will save America. He's like walking in the desert. And for some reason, he takes off all his clothes and he lays down. And while he's laying down, like a little wiener comes out of nowhere and starts talking.
I'm
like,
President Donald Trump and I approve this message. Yeah.
Dying, man. I was like, what the heck? He's just laying there on the sand. It's like, man, it was funny.
The whole part of the reason that was there.
Look,
the reason that was there because they were making fun. They were mocking. Paramount Jesus is there contractually forced to, so they don't get sued. And he's like, we have to like do something good for Donald Trump. Like we have to, or else we're going to get sued. They're like, hey, we're South Park. We can do this. We can do a promo for him. And then they did that. Right. I thought it was hilarious. But that to me is what has made South Park for basically 30 years at this point. But it's so funny because you have all these people that are running with this idea that, well, Colbert just got canceled because of Trump. That's why he didn't like that he was saying bad things about him. He didn't like that. That's why. And then you sign a $1.5 billion deal. And the very first thing within days of that comes out absolutely skewers Trump. Like it just, to me, it makes it so laughable that people think that's the reason Colbert was gone and not because he was fucking losing money for them.
Yeah, 100%. 100. And listen, the next episode, they could be making fun of the Democrats, or they'll make fun of Santa Claus, or they'll make fun of religion, or they made fun of Kathleen Kennedy. All the conservatives loved that episode. Like, or they make fun of whatever. That's just, it's what they do. It's what they do. I didn't expect anything. I didn't expect anything less. Like I didn't see it and go, oh my God, man, this is horrible. Why would they do that? It's what this show does. It's what it's always done. And they didn't care. Remember they went after Scientology, and like I think that was the biggest like blowback they ever had, was like all the Scientologists were so mad and they wanted to sue and all that. And they're like, this is what our show does. Like,
bro, they've had some big blowback over Muslim shit. Like big blowback. They have definitely had it, but I do think that there's portions of people on both sides. Like there are people that are cheering this on because they went after Trump.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
very same people who will get really fucking triggered with like the diversity
Yes.
episode or whatever.
Yeah.
To me, you're going to have some of those people on either side where they can't find anything funny if it's poking fun at their side, like it's impossible for them. The difference is to me, this is actually funny. Whereas what we've been seeing from these late night hosts, it is just the same thing for 10 years and it's not funny. They're doing it to get people to cheer, not to get people to laugh.
Right.
And yeah, to me, South Park is different. And if you thought that, well, Paramount, they're not going to let anybody say anything bad about Trump because of this, obviously, it's not the case. Not the case at all.
Just laugh. It's all good.
I mean, if it's funny, laugh.
Yeah.
Suppose if you can't find it funny, then like turn it off, I guess. But what did Jeremy think of it? I don't fucking know.
He tweeted about it. He said it was underwhelming.
You said underwhelming?
Yeah.
I don't know. Can't say I have any idea what Jeremy thought about it.
Yeah.
But if he tweeted about it, you can go check it out.
It's on his Twitter, so you go find out.
My guess is that Jeremy would probably think that if people are getting triggered because they made fun of Trump, that it's pathetic. But I don't know. All right. Where are we? Logan Johnson for 5. Have you guys heard about Ozzy Osbourne passing away? R.I.P. Prince of Darkness. Yeah, I did. I saw a lot of people talking about that the other day. I've never really been a big Ozzy guy. Whether it be music, whether it be the reality show from way back when, but I did see a lot of people talking about Ozzy passing away. So, R.I.P. Net Stealer, Dark Wolf Residuals, fork that retard. Bro, that Dark Wolf guy there was some fucking clown in my chat the other day or yesterday night that I just obliterated. Ryan destroying the troll in his chat last night was savage.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. Well, it had to do with like the Trump Epstein stuff. And like the reason that South Park was able to play what they did there was because of how poorly Trump has handled the entire Epstein thing. Like, is that not something we can make fun of? Is that not something that we should be criticized? You know what I mean?
How dare you?
1992. Speed limits are based on if a cop feels like doing their job. I've gotten pulled over more as a trucker than I have in my normal car.
I agree.
Yeah. Also depends what time of the month it is, I suppose. And I don't just mean for female cops on their period. Gonzo Sean for £2. Rose Tico as the Silver Surfer was pure cringe.
Well, I'll find out later today.
Rose Tico as the Silver Surfer. What is that about? Is that a meme?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's just saying a female.
Rose Tico seems like a weird reference for that. Snacks for 2. How much was the South Park deal? 50 Dora? 50 Dara? It was expensive. But again, it's not just like, hey, we're going to pay you $1.5 billion for a season of South Park. It includes it's including getting all of the rights back for all of the episodes, everything on Paramount. Chris Curran. South Park can never go too far. 100%. One South Park YouTuber posits that Stone and Parker did this to rage bait Trump to keep up the lawfare against Paramount, who they're pissed at over the South Park rights. They have made it very apparent that they've been willing to take shots at Paramount. They've been willing to do all that stuff all throughout this thing. For me, I think that what South Park would love to happen, like the thing that would make it funnier than anything else to them personally and draw in more ratings, was if Trump did try to sue them. Like, yes, they're getting a lot of they got all the fucking money in the world, obviously, but they've got a big contract with Paramount. They had problems with the way Paramount handled everything, and if Paramount got sued for it and they got more viewers because of it,
Yeah, they definitely bring in a bigger audience because people would want to know what the
that
heck
is
is
a
going
bait.
on.
Making a 22-minute episode where Donald Trump is talking about suing everybody that says things he doesn't like about him and blah 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 and all this stuff. 100%, the worst way to respond to that would be to try to do so. Logan Johnson. I don't like all episodes, but even the ones I like less are still funny. It's not true comedy if you're not roasting everybody.
I agreed.
Yeah. Look, I don't think that this episode is, oh my God, one of the best South Park episodes of all time. I wouldn't say that. But I was fucking laughing throughout
Wasn't
the entire
Donald Trump dating the devil? Kind of like what they did with
Saddam
Hussein. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a storyline that's going there. So. They never made fun of Biden and Kamala. They never made fun of Biden. Look, I wasn't watching a ton of South Park in this. You know, obviously they've been on kind of hiatus for different things with the Kamala stuff, but I feel like we saw plenty of shots at Biden. So I don't know. New Battlefield 6 trailer just dropped. Please react. Maybe later. Isaac Hayes left South Park because of the Scientology episode, leading them to killing off Chef in one of the funniest episodes ever. Yeah, didn't his son speak out about that recently?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he said, but yeah.
VJ, the vigilant guitarist, but what does Jeremy think about that? I don't know. Doug May for 199. The deal was for about Tree Fitty. Tree Fitty. I still one of the ones that stands out in my mind more than any others is when they did the Scott Hansen How to Catch a Predator thing.
Oh yeah.
You remember that episode?
Yes, I remember.
Bro, is that also the Pray the Gay Away episode?
I don't think so. I think that was separate. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe
you're all right.
But the Scott the fucking Scott Hansen one where everybody fucking showed up there. Oh my God, Scott Hansen, and immediately shot themselves in the head.
Yeah.
Bro, I was dying. I forget what the one that stands out from the Pray the Gay Away thing when they send Butters to that camp is when like they show him his bro, when they fucking show him his room and they open the door and there's a kid on a fucking noose who just killed himself just sitting there. They're like, oh, we'll get that cleaned up. Yeah. In this episode, because you have this subplot with Cartman being just like absolutely devastated that you can just say retard now. Everybody hates the Jews now. It's not a unique thing for him anymore to say gay slurs and all this shit.
Doesn't have a purpose.
Yes. Like he doesn't have a purpose in life anymore and he just wants to kill himself. And so he basically forces Butters into a suicide pact with him. And he shows up at the house and he's got the car running in the garage with a fucking hose in there and forces Butters to come in there with him and they're just getting ready to die. And then it's like revealed later in the episode it's an electric car. So yeah, it's I was laughing at that shit. Tobias for 10. Well, Ryan has apparently now dealt with both sides of the furry spectrum. The more normal ones, like me, the majority, and the other side last night. Too bad I missed it. Would have been fun.
Wow, Ryan just all in the furry community.
There was some dude named Dog Wolf or Dark Wolf or something like that who came in saying some wild shit about the people in my chat, and I didn't appreciate it. I am allowed to make fun of them. They are allowed to make fun of me. You know, family. That's how it works.
That's how that goes.
Somebody else comes in, a little fucking queer like that comes in, you got to have problems. I had to put him down, you know, like the deranged dog that he was. I don't actually know if he was a furry or not. I just assumed. Gonzo Sean, there's a Last Jedi moment in F4 I was referencing. Well, guess what? The movie is not fucking out yet, so we haven't watched it. But thanks,
Yeah.
Gonzo Sean.
Nice,
Logan
dude.
Johnson, what are you guys' favorite episodes? The Halloween episode with Biggie Smalls is definitely up there in my book. I just said some of my favorite ones from my
I think
memory.
the movie was like the movie when they went to war with. Did they go to war with Canada?
Yeah.
And they put all the black soldiers out there. I was like, oh no. I was like, dang, man, that's wrong. But here I was laughing.
Oh God. There's some great ones over the years. The Kanye fish sticks. Jennifer Lopez. Derek PG Beller for one. I knew comedy was dead when I heard Daniel Tosh of all people talking about jokes we can't make anymore.
Daniel Tosh was the like one of the first reactors to YouTube videos and turned it into a comedy show.
He was actually.
Yeah, like so that was his show on Comedy Central. He just reacted to videos. That's what he did.
Yeah, that was the
stuff
start of
happening.
an entire.
Then people started doing it for a career on YouTube.
Yeah. God, that was I used to watch this shit way back in the day.
Yeah.
We're fucking old, Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna die next year. It's all good. At least I'm on daily with Ryan. But
yeah, thank God.
You want to know? You want to know what's up? How crazy things are getting out in the theme parks, Ryan? You gotta be safe. Magic Kingdom. I just did a transition without even transitioning.
Good.
Magic Kingdom here in Orlando finally got the Starlight Parade. It's a parade that's held at night, obviously, because of all the twinkly lights. They've had this in California for some time, but it actually is getting very, very well received. And we've seen the numbers of Magic Kingdom begin to trickle up because they've brought this parade down south here in Florida. These are just some of the still images of the parade and why so many people are enjoying it. I haven't seen it yet.
Coco.
I haven't been there to record it because actually to get a reservation to go to Magic Kingdom since they started the parade has been full. So I have been blocked out of bringing it to park hopping. So, but hopefully maybe next week we'll see how that goes. But it hasn't been all happy at the happiest place on earth because a tourist is charged with child abuse after manhandling a teen to get a better parade spot at Disney World. This is the article coming from the New York Post. Tourist charged with child abuse after allegedly manhandling a teen to get a better parade spot at Disney World. A tourist has been charged. Keep repeating this self. For a better parade at Walt Disney World. Martha Lucia Zapata Enchilada, 51, allegedly grabbed a 17-year-old girl and left nail marks on her during Monday's brawl at Disney's Magic Kingdom, according to Orange County Sheriff. The accuser told deputies she was standing on the sidewalk of Main Street in front of the castle preparing to watch the parade. This is the woman that was arrested for grabbing some random teenager.
Send her back. Send her back.
Zepa Enchilada, Colombian, who now lives in Spain. So she's already doesn't even live here. Then allegedly put her hand on the teen, trying to make space just for the girl to ask her in Spanish not to touch her. The affidavit continues. Instead, she grabbed the teen by the arm and pulled her aside, causing a bruise and an abrasion on her right arm. The tourist, who was with her daughter, blamed the teen for starting the fight by pushing her and saying it was her spot. And then they tried to get good spots for the parade. She was unable to explain how the teen had nail marks, the affidavit said, saying that the suspect instead just, I don't know how to say that. Pantomimed and her pushing. Zappa was uninjured in the incident around 9:40 p.m., which ended with deputies separating the pair. So far, no video of the fight had been found. There you have it. Imagine if that was your kid some lady grabs your kid and like yanked her out of the way because she wanted to get a better spot at the parade.
I will say the idea that, excuse me,
Bless you. Again.
I think I'm done. The idea that she like grabbed a 17-year-old by the arm and is getting charged with child abuse is kind of wild, just in general. But based on what we have here, this person sounds like a piece of shit. Send them back to their country. Don't let them in here anymore. Like, how difficult is that? We need a video. That's really what we need, is a video of this altercation. People take their spots very seriously, though. People line up.
They do.
People line up way before these things so they can have a spot for the parade. And so it can get a little serious there. Especially you got some short immigrant that's trying to shove their way up front, got no respect for our rules. You know what I mean?
People sit in a spot at the Magic Kingdom for fireworks and for the parades up to 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours. They will find a good spot and just sit down and have people bring them ice cream and drinks so they can save their spot while the rest of the family goes out and, I guess, have fun for whatever reason. This has been.
Jay, this is when, like, there's part of this story I think we don't know. I think this 51-year-old Hispanic lady, I think she pulled off her sandal and just started beating the person over the head with it in typical, like, old Latina mom fashion, you know?
Maybe. But there has been rumblings of this happening before where, you know, the overweight person or the person that didn't want to go and do anything in the park would sit there and save a spot for like 15 other people. And then when it gets really crowded and the parade or fireworks are about to begin, they're like, oh, I'm here. I saved a spot for my family. So then the whole family rushes in and ends up pushing other families off to the side because they've been sitting there for 4 + 5 hours. So will Disney do anything about this? Who knows? But Florida is a little more strict than in California when things like this happen. So if you grab a teenager just to get a spot, you'll be charged with child abuse or after manhandling a teen. So be careful out there. It's not worth it, honestly, but
there you go. Make sure you check that out.
It's dangerous out there, man.
That's right. Can be, at least.
I just know a lot of people in the chat, if that was their child, if someone grabbed their child, it would be a lot worse.
Yeah, for sure.
This story would have ended a lot worse for the lady that had the nerve to put her hands on somebody else's child. It would have ended a lot worse. And I know the people in the chat. It wouldn't. This story would have been very different. So,
you know, definitely can get crazy out there at Disney. Be careful. Grabthar's Hammer on Locals for $10 says last speeding ticket was 23 years ago for speeding. Dang. Doing 69, nice, in a 55. Female officer, ironic thing is my car was an old Crown Vic police vehicle. Learn my lesson. Why can't they look like Ursula from Super Troopers? I've only got pulled over by a lady cop once, and she was a fucking bitch. That was when I was living in San Diego, and I turned left on a like on a street where you're only allowed to turn left, like the first and second Tuesday and Thursday of all odd numbered months. It was some stupid rule like that. I'm like, fuck it, I'm turning left. And of course they were just sitting there waiting.
Bro,
apparently a lot of people did that. That pissed me off.
Hold on, man, I got breaking news. If this is true, this is horrible. Should I share it? Well, I guess I'm gonna share it.
That's Hulk from TMZ?
Hulk Hogan has died at 71?
Whoa.
What the freak? No freaking way, dude.
Can you click on that?
Yeah, let me share it properly.
Think of whatever you might want to think about TMZ, and certainly they get things wrong or whatever. When it comes to this stuff, usually they are right.
Holy crap, dude. What the? All right, hold on. They have like 1 million. Jay, share the page.
Yeah, just share the article.
It's just an ad fest.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Hulk Hogan dead at 71.
Medics were dispatched to 71-year-old WWE legends Clearwater, Florida home early Thursday mornings, with operators stating it was regarding a cardiac arrest.
Jeez.
Yeah, this looks legit. We're told a slew of police cars and EMTs were parking outside Hogan's home. Icon was carried on a stretcher into an ambulance. Just a few weeks ago, Hogan's wife Sky denied rumors he was in a coma, stating his heart was strong as he recovered from surgeries. I hadn't even heard that portion about it. We broke the story last month. There were rumblings that Hogan was on his deathbed, but we were told the time he was dealing with symptoms of a neck procedure get underwent in May. Hogan is by far one of.
That's it.
That's it. The most iconic wrestlers in history, blah, 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 whatever you want to say.
Holy crap, dude.
That is
freaking childhood right there, man.
That's crazy. I know you, obviously I'm not as big a wrestling fan as some other people on Geeks and Gamers, but that's wild.
Guy put WW at the time, WWF, which is now WWE, on the map, dude. With WrestleMania 3. Like a childhood hero to so many. Man, that's shocking. Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan. And a guy is like, he's like Mount Rushmore of like wrestlers, you know? Him and Ric Flair, they like they made the business very big back in the 80s. To make way for, you know, Austin and all them other, man, that I'm at a loss for words. I didn't even know he was sick. There's a Hulk Hogan beach shop right near my home. It's right there, right off I-4.
Yes, I mean, now everyone is talking about it. Within the last couple minutes, there's a million tweets going off. Obviously, it's super breaking and super early, and every once in a while, these death reports, it turns out something was wrong. More often than not, when it comes from TMZ, it's true. Like when it comes to that stuff. But obviously, hope it's fake. Hope it's not true. Hope it's some crossed wires. Hope it's some bad reports. But it, it doesn't look like it. So we'll see. Hope that it's fake. Hope that it's fake.
Holy crap.
But that's wild.
Yeah.
Scott Tenorman must die is an epic South Park episode. It says Greasy Graffiti. Tom Homan, you know what to do. Yeah, send her back. Logan Johnson says cripple fight. I don't know if they were both cripples. Shy Guy for 199. Hulk Hogan just died. Possibly. Wow. Independent Free Thinker, outlaw all parties for 5. Fan Force sucked. 3 minutes fight scene versus Galactus total. It's high quality chick flick. 20 minutes of action total. Cinema HD DL app 0 ads high def. Thanks, Independent Free Thinker. Andy plays games. There's the third. Theo, Ozzy, and Hogan. Yeah, Malcolm Jamal. What's his name?
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Yeah.
Man, he died.
This false rumor. Dude. Hogan's alive. Debunked. I mean, it broke like 2 minutes before you said that, so I don't I don't know.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, like he died of dude. That's crazy. He died saving one of his kids. Did you hear that story?
Yeah.
Like him and one of his daughters, I think, were caught in the rip current, and he was holding her up. He died saving her, and then when they finally got to him, they couldn't resuscitate him. Crazy.
It's scary, man. Taking your kids to the ocean. It's a lot of fun, but things can easily go sideways, especially depending on where you're at. But yeah. Obviously, a lot of people are reflecting on what their thoughts are, whether it's a real story, whether it's a fake story.
Yeah.
But Based on the report, I tend to believe it's legit. But you can make up
I
your
guess we'll
own
find
mind.
out when more comes out.
But yeah, I don't see anywhere where this report that just came out a couple minutes ago has been debunked. Maybe you're talking about some of the other stuff when people were saying he's not really sick, blah, blah, blah. Maybe those initial reports are what you're talking about. But I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
Chris Bolts, man, I read something on IG that said Bret Hart said Hulk Hogan wasn't doing so well and ignored it because it's IG. Man, RIP Hulk Hogan. Vaborn for 5. Hogan had numerous surgeries and admitted steroid use. It all takes its toll, but this sucks if true.
Yeah.
I saw Hulk Hogan at the RNC.
God, I've met Hulk Hogan multiple times in my life. I got to watch him I watched him as a kid. Went to wrestling all the time. He's bigger than life, like he was always the same person when he was doing fan meetups, just I wonder if I got a picture. I might have a picture of it somewhere. Crazy.
Yeah, it'd be cool if you could find it. But yes, very, very sad news. We'll let you know if there's any update as if that maybe the story is not real, but like I said,
yeah, he spoke at the RNC. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. He spoke.
He gave
at
a
the
big
RNC,
speech. He
yeah,
tore his fucking shirt off.
Yeah,
had a Trump shirt on underneath. Yeah, he did indeed.
It's true though, man. Them wrestlers in the '80s were like juiced up like crazy, and they took all kinds of pain medicine. You hear crazy stories of wrestlers and the stuff that not only did they put their body through, but all the painkillers and the steroids abuse. I'm not saying that it was Hogan, but it's just like there's tons of stories of wrestlers coming out and sharing how it was like 80s and that probably I don't even know still today, but the older wrestlers that begin to talk on how widespread drug abuse and all that stuff was.
Yeah, heart problems not exactly uncommon in that crowd, and like not just like illegal drugs or whatever, but the constant use of prescription pain medication, stuff like that. Let's talk about something else though.
Yeah.
Shall we? Instead of Hulk Hogan's possible death, reported death, seeming death, let's talk about Fantastic Four. Let's talk about Fantastic Four a little bit because Jay, today is the day Fantastic Four releases in theaters. It is released in a couple places around the world already, but we care about America. We're American. So it's releasing in theaters today, Thursday previews, and we'll all get to see if this is the hit that Marvel so desperately needs to save, or not even save. They can't save 2025, but have one win in 2025. And Pedro Pascal is their leading man. And I can't talk for everybody. I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for you, Jay. But for me, I'm a little bit tired of Pedro Pascal. Tired of seeing him everywhere. And I'm also really tired of constantly seeing Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby all over each other during these press tours. And probably a lot of other people are too. I have seen so many Pedro Pascal comments and memes surrounding his incessant need to touch and be touched by everybody in his vicinity at all times.
It's weird.
A lot of people are starting to get creeped out by it. What about you, Jay?
Would you? 100%. It's like, I don't see him doing this with guys, which he probably would enjoy more, but I'm just saying. But yeah, it's very weird. He's just got to be around someone for warm like that. Look at that.
And here's the thing. He's got a fucking stroke eye right there. I don't know what's going on. But here's what I will say. Yes, 100% Pedro Pascal is like initiates a lot of this stuff. Vanessa Kirby has initiated a lot of this stuff too during the entire thing. I think we should make that clear. But it is like impossible for everybody to ignore. And a lot of people are roasting Pedro Pascal for this right now. Pedro Pascal's anxiety touching with Vanessa Kirby sparks meme storm. Fans ask, why doesn't he touch men like that?
Yeah, there you go.
Now, I don't know if you recall this story. Do you remember this story about Pedro Pascal and Oscar Isaacs in their cuddling session?
No,
So
I don't actually.
I think he kind of does touch men like that. And I think Pedro Pascal's gay. I think he's gay as fuck. I think he's flaming. That's what I think like the reality is behind Pedro
I
Pascal.
agree.
But it is weird. It's strange and it's weird and it's uncomfortable. And a lot of people are calling it out. Look at some of these memes. Me alone with anxiety. Pedro Pascal with anxiety. Me wondering why Pedro never has anxiety around his male coworkers. And of course, it's the
Little
Dexter.
Dexter.
Yeah. Surprise, motherfucker.
Large fries.
Just got a
That's the
bad
greatest
feeling.
That was the greatest Vine ever created, by the way.
Large fries. I saw this from Camelot. How come Pedro Pascal never gets anxiety around Bella Ramsey?
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal and his female coworker because of his social anxiety. Oh, why do you got to actually play the thing? You didn't need to take me, but
yeah.
It's a good, whatever the grift is, man. It's working good. If he wasn't gay, he'd probably be enjoying it a lot more.
Yeah.
But just on and on, Pedro Pascal calming down his anxiety. It's so fucking weird. And a lot of it feels forced specifically for this PR tour. Like they want them to act like they're together because they're supposed to be a family. But again, it is not completely one-sided. It is not just Pedro. Vanessa Kirby initiates a lot of this shit too. And if I were the father of Vanessa Kirby's child and engaged or married, whatever they are, bro, I'd be fucking furious that this is all happening. It's
exactly
fucking weird, dude. It's weird.
It is. And well, I guess we get to see a lot more of it because apparently he's going to be the head person for Avengers Doomsday, according to the rumors and stuff like that. So we'll have more Pedro Pascal rubbing up on some new coworkers because of his anxiety. He also had a report come out saying like that he hated the way he looked in Wonder Woman because they made him shave his mustache, that he refuses to shave his mustache ever again. Because it just made him crazy that the fact that he saw himself on the big screen without his mustache, and it triggered him so much. He's like, that's why I will always have my mustache on and anything else I do.
He said, I looked so awful that I will never go clean shaven for a role ever again.
Who knows? Maybe he cried in the corner. Maybe that's why he got anxiety. Are they still looking at me without my mustache on from Wonder Woman? I got anxiety. Please help. Please let me rub up on you to help me.
Yeah, like truthfully, I feel like Pedro Pascal is gay, and a lot of women feel comfortable around him because he's just gay as fuck. That's like my honest.
He's like that gay friend that gets invited to all the girls' sleepovers.
That's my honest feelings about it. Have we ever heard of Pedro Pascal's like dating life or anything like that?
Oh no,
I don't think we have. I think Pedro's gay, and I think that's why women feel so comfortable and all that stuff. But people are just sick of it, especially in this press tour. See Vanessa Kirby constantly like rubbing him. It's just strange and weird. I'm sick of Pedro Pascal. We're gonna see, how this movie does at the box office. I have a feeling, Jay, we're gonna see a higher opening for this than Superman.
Yeah.
The projections right now are both less, both domestically and globally less. I think it's going to have a higher global debut than Superman.
Interesting.
I'm gonna say it. Not markedly higher, not crazy. But I think it's going to happen. I do think so.
I'm telling you, it's all because they're going to show the Avatar teaser trailer that I sent to you. So you got an early access of Avatar Fire and Ash before the movie comes out. Also, don't forget, next year is also the year of Pedro Pascal because apparently Mando and Grogu is coming out. All the buzz around that film. So we get another year of Pedro Pascal promotion. This time with Star Wars. Went from Marvel to Star Wars. And then the year after that, we'll have more Pedro Pascal, right? Because isn't that when Doomsday is supposed to be released? 2027?
Yeah.
So we got 3 years of Pedro Pascal marketing, rubbing, mustache wearing, all in our face, man.
Well, I think
hope you're ready.
2020, end of 2026, right? Winter, holiday 2026 is Doomsday, and then Secret Wars the year after, right?
Yes. But then, Mando and Grogu are thrown in there somewhere. So, yeah, he's going to be all over the place. Just all over. We're going to get a correction on that, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan's on the case to make sure,
Well, because Avengers Doomsday got delayed, I think, till December or whatever, right?
Yeah, unless it gets delayed again.
Yeah, December 18th, 2026 is when Doomsday comes out. So they're still writing it, though, while they're filming it. So maybe it could be delayed. B. Barrett, why does Jeremy only get anxiety around Ryan and Beardo, but never around Krista? Stephen Strange for $1. Has anyone told Ripa? Too soon?
That Hogan died? No, he tweeted about it.
Ripa did?
Yeah.
There you go. Where is this stuff? Read Chris Bolts. Death Doom for 2. Battlefield 6, Five Nights at Freddy's 2 trailers dropped. Wow, look at that. We have to check out that Five Nights at Freddy's tomorrow. Yanks fan, Hogan must pose, RIP. Joseph Salazar for 10, RIP Hulk Hogan. Andrew CR, baby, I have anxiety. Starts fucking her right in the pussy. Thanks. Udite for 10, just got clarification. There was a Hogan death rumor a few days ago that was addressed by his team and actually debunked at the time. It seems he has actually since passed. My apologies. Yeah, that's kind of what I had assumed you meant. The other part of that story that we read down there about the reports about a coma and stuff like that. Only Jeremy gets excited around Bella.
Man, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Greedy Graffiti for 199. Pedro Pascal gets mad bitches, yo. Psych! Golden Nuggets for 5, like an egg fried fart. I want to be as far away from F4 as possible. And then VJ, the vigilant guitarist for 2, RIP Hulkster. Yeah, it definitely looks as though that is, we can say it's confirmed, unfortunately. 71 years old, Hulk Hogan is gone. So we'll see. We'll see what the family comes out and says about that. Very sad, certainly, especially for big wrestling fans. But you got any final thoughts on Hulk Hogan?
It's shocking. Just I think like right now, like my mind is just going to all the memories, just like watching him as a kid, and me and my brother, just huge Hulk Hogan fans, and always loved to go and see him live and meet him when he had fan meetups and stuff like that. So kind of, it's just remembering. And my brother's texting me now, like, you remember when we went, like, remember we went and did this and saw Hulk Hogan, like stuff like that. So just part of, my childhood growing up, pretty big part. Crazy to see he's no longer with us.
Yeah. Sad day.
Yeah.
Sad day. Broke right during the show. But that is going to be it. Everybody, sorry for the downer with that news.
Yeah.
Can't control when it comes out. But Jester of Roanoke for 2, RIP Hulk Hogan, right in the childhood, man.
Yeah.
Right in the childhood. But that is going to be it for us today. We will be back tomorrow, and we'll give our Fantastic Four review. At least I'm going. I don't know if you're going, Jay.
Yeah, I'm leaving soon.
So we'll let you know if there's too much Pedro, not enough Pedro. There's no way that'll be the case.
Yeah.
And if it's good. So All right. Thank you, everybody. Just make sure I'm caught up here and on locals as well. Well, we just got, as I said that, we just got one come in from or for a buck with just a picture of Hulk Hogan, RIP. So thank you guys, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you later.
Bye, everybody.